No one has to understand you. Everyone lives in its own imaginary world as much as you do, and no one actually have to know what's going on inside your world unless they want to. Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your boyfriend, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's your friend, maybe it's a group of people, and actually see if these people are open to listen to you, if these people actually are willing to understand you. And if yes, we can carry on with other steps, and if no, that's okay. You have some truth within you as you may perceive as truth, and you know what you have to tell. And if you don't have listener around you, that's okay. Maybe it's another lesson for you where you have to settle with your own truth until you be ready to share. And ask yourself, why do you actually want to be understood in the first place? Maybe you want to be seen, maybe you want to be loved. Do you see yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you understand yourself? Maybe you're just craving some acceptance and recognition from others. And be honest, why do you want other people to understand you? And the second step would be looking deep inside yourself and look deep in your intention and ask yourself, why do you actually want other people to understand you? And as I said previously, it may be just simple craving of love and recognition, which is often the case, and other people cannot give it to you. And if they will give it to you, you will be just always dependable on other people and always crave this recognition and love from other people, and that's a dead road. You have to give it to yourself because you have all these things inside yourself. You have to give that love and recognition and being seen and being understood with yourself. And I can make another video on that, but for now I just carry on with this subject. Or it can be other intention. It can be intention maybe improving your relationship with other people, with the person you want to communicate about. Or you might just really admit, I just want to be right. Before coming to other person and trying to make this person to understand you, you have to actually understand where this intention, this goal, this purpose is coming from. If it's, for example, improving the relationship, communicate about it openly, kind of explaining other person that, listen, we are with you in the same boat, and I want this boat to be, I don't know, successful or head in a happy way or peaceful, and I want to do my best to improve, I don't know, if it's a relationship, for example, to improve our relationship, and I want to understand you. And first you try to understand the other person, and after other person just reflects back whatever you are bringing to this boat, and after other person really try to understand you as well. But for that, you have to be clear about your intention, and you have to openly communicate with other people about your intention. And if it's ego intention and you just want to be right and you just want to prove your point, that's also okay. You can also clearly communicate about it. You can actually admit, listen, I don't know what's going on, but for some reason this is very important to me. Maybe when I was a child, and I just get used to be right all the time, and I just cannot admit that I'm wrong. And that's also a beautiful space to explore. If you have such a beautiful friend or partner or someone you can talk about it openly, that's okay. Maybe you thought that video would be, how to actually manipulate people in a way so they understand you. But no, it's just about you. If you want other people to understand you, you have to look deep inside yourself and actually first understand yourself, first understand what's going on inside you, and then other people will understand you as well. And the third step would be actually, okay, you look inside deep yourself, you ask what your intention, now you understand where it's coming from, and now you want to bring this on the table and you want to deliver it to other person so other person understand you. Lots of people make these mistakes. They try to teach other person their language instead of communicating person's language. If you want other people to understand you, you have to speak their language. If you go in some foreigner country, if you go in China, you don't just go around and, I don't know, swear, why no one speaks English here? I mean, you might, but it's not gonna get you any far. You are in a foreigner country. You are here a visitor, and you want something from other people. Other people doesn't want anything from you. So you have to speak their language. I'm just explaining this in a practical way, that it's just easier to actually communicate on a person's language. But sometimes your ego is so big that you're just like, no, they have to speak English, because every single person in the world, every educated person in the world, they speak English and they have to speak English. And now it's just your ego. It's not gonna get you any far. You have to choose what would be the best way actually to deliver the information or the feeling you want to deliver to the other person. And in that case, you have to speak their language. And I just made an example with Chinese and English, but actually I like the other example more. When the God wants to tell you something, He always speaks your language, the way you understand. If you understand through obstacles in your life and you learn like this, God brings you more obstacles and kind of showing you the way through the pain, because let's be honest, this is how most of us people learn, through pain. Because with the pleasures and just like, I don't know, mental concept, we don't really learn our lessons. We don't really go in other levels of life. And the pain, unfortunately or fortunately, it doesn't matter, but the really harsh lessons which kind of force us to go in life situations where we have to learn, where we have to stop our own suffering, that's where we learn. God always speaks your language. He can communicate with you through music, through lyrics in a song, through the movies you watch, through the people you are surrounded with, through your surroundings. Is, for example, like owl for you, bird of something, some kind of symbolic bird for you. This owl will appear to you in the right time for you to understand, and you will understand. Somehow God always makes its way to you, but He always communicates in your own language, because God loves you. And you should love other people. I don't like saying this, you should love other people. You shouldn't do anything, but it's better if you love other people. And if you love and respect other people, and this is where it starts. Without love and respect, you cannot make anyone to understand anything. If you love and respect this person, you will speak this person's language. For example, if this person communicates on a very practical terms, you will try to get down to the practical terminology and try to speak, I don't know, numbers or facts. Or if this person communicates on feelings, or I don't know, tarot cards, or symbols in life, or I don't know, Star Trek's quotes, you will try explain on that kind of language, whatever your point is, whatever you want to deliver to other person. And after, third step would be to just actually notice what's going on in your body, what's going on in your energy while you are delivering this message. Are you expanding, or are you contracting and protecting and trying to actually protect something here? Or maybe you are fearful that you will be wrong or something. Because, see, the language and words, it's fine, but it's not as important as the energy you transmute into the other person. If your energy is protective and you desperately trying to protect something here, maybe it's your point of view, maybe it's just like yourself, image of yourself, or maybe you are even attacking the other person without even realizing. If you want other people to understand you, you have to be aware. What are you doing here? You might be just throwing even stones to someone without even realizing. I mean, it's not you, it's your ego. We all know this ego just does things all the time, you know. But the best you can do, you can be just aware. Oh my God, I've just been attacking other person, you know, with saying, I don't know, you should do this differently, you should do da 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 da. Sometimes you just attack another person without even realizing. You can actually notice your energy. How is your energy? Is your energy like grounded and loving and peaceful, or is your energy just like kind of like shouting at other person? You might not be shouting with your voice and everything, but you can be like, your body can be even very, I don't know, you're trying to get over this person. Maybe this person sits and you kind of stand on them, or maybe other way, maybe you're trying to protect, maybe you're just kind of like crunching and contracting and trying to protect your body. And that's also, notice what kind of energy is happening while you are trying to deliver your message or your feeling to the other person. And the last step, and the most important one, if you want other people to understand you, you have to speak from the place of love. There is no other way. Notice what's going on, and whatever's energy is happening there, transmute it to the love language. And for me, if I'm trying to explain something to someone, and I kind of notice myself, oh my God, I'm actually attacking another person, or I'm not actually speaking from the place of love. The easiest way for me to bring myself to the place of love, imagining if I would explain something to my child. I don't have children, so it doesn't have to be my child, because all children are beautiful, and you wouldn't scream at the child because he doesn't know how to count or how to read, because it's a child. But for some reason, if the adult person doesn't know how to read or how to count, we call it stupid. How can you not understand? You're supposed to know it. It's so easy. It's so simple. No. No one has to understand anything. Coming back to the first step, no one has to understand anything. Everyone has their own world, their own information, their own past experiences and whatever. No one has to know anything. And imagine, how would you explain that thing if this person would be a child? And I'm not talking about just communicating on a very simple terms, in terms of language, for example. I mean, if this person understands in a simple terms, of course it's better to speak in a simple terms like a child. But what I'm talking about here, it's more like energy again. If there would be a child standing in front of you, your energy would be soft and loving and understandable and welcoming, and just and even my face starts smiling when I'm imagining there is a child standing here. It's much more pleasant to listen you when you are like this. I shared with you 5 steps, and first step was actually admitting that no one has to understand you, and everyone has their own world happening around them and inside of them, and as much as you do. And the second step would be looking deep inside yourself and actually understanding what is your intention, what is your need behind that you want other people to understand you. And the third step would be speak their language, try to communicate on their terms, on their language. And the fourth step would be notice what kind of energy dynamic is happening while you are communicating your message. And the last step, the fifth step, would be speak from the place of love. And I think that's the most important one. I hope this video was valuable for you. Please, if it was, share in the comments below. And thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to share things here and to share my experiences, the lessons I learned with my life, because I see how we can all actually help each other with our lessons, with our journeys, and I'm just happy to share mine here. And I love you so much.